Next Fitness Show. This is Alexis Craig, and I am here with you right now, live. And this is episode 79 of the Next Fitness Show. Thank you for being here with me. I'm just so grateful to have you here and to be doing this thing. Today, I am flying solo. So thank you for being here. And I just encourage you, if you can, jump over right now, just push the like button real quick on the video. It really, really helps. And if you are here with me live right now, please let me know that in the live chat. So go ahead into the chat and just tell me who's here so I can say hey, and so we can interact while we're here in this show together. All right, Danielle is already in here saying hello, and I got Megan in here saying happy Friday. Awesome. Kelly's in here saying happy Friday too. Yay! All right, welcome you guys. Okay, so we've got a lot of awesomeness in here for you today. Today, we're going to talk about redefining yourself. This is something that's totally up for me. And so I want to open this conversation and make it something that we're all talking about together. Also, I do have a stretch for you. I have a move of the week for you, and I have a bunch of announcements. And because it's just me in here today, I'm going to be able to go a little bit deeper with the announcements and let you know what's going on, what to expect, and more of what's coming. It's all great and exciting. I'm so happy you're here. Nice. Edie's in here saying, hey, yay, hey. Okay. So without further ado, I'm doing all the things. So including the back end, the front end, the side end, the other end, the upside, the downside, all the things. So here we go. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Boom. We are talking about redefining yourself. So I'm really curious what this means to you. What does it actually mean to you to redefine yourself? For me, the first piece that's important for us to bring up in this conversation of redefining yourself is defining yourself. Defining yourself in the first place. What does it actually mean to define yourself? And what I would say with this is any time that you are using the term I am, whatever comes after that is a way that you're defining yourself. So I encourage you right now to just feel into that for yourself. What would that be for you? What do you tend to say I am? And I'm not talking about like I'm hungry. I'm talking more of like I am young. I am blonde. I am a woman. I am whatever your job is. I am a daughter. I am a mother. I am someone who goes above and beyond all the time. I am someone who cares about other people. I am whatever political party you might be. I am whatever it is. So if you have these I ams right now, and everybody does, this is part of our culture is to have these I am statements. But I would encourage you right now to feel into name some. What are some I am statements that feel true for you? And I invite you to put them into the chat right now. What is it for you? For me, I am a fitness trainer. I am a woman. I am a Harvard graduate. I am a homesteader. I am someone who cares about the earth. I am a heart-centered being. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on of the things that I am, right? And so go ahead. Edie says a badass. I am a badass. Uh-huh. And Kelly says that for her, what it means to redefine yourself is analyzing and defining. Kelly says strong. I am strong. Right. Yes, exactly. Now, I am compassionate, says Megan. Yes, right. This is exactly what I'm talking about, these things. And I'm not here to say that any of these things that you might be defining yourself are bad, right? I mean, it can be really helpful and even empowering to tell yourself, I am this, right? I am compassionate. I am strong. I am resilient. I am able to handle things that are challenging. All those things can be empowering to tell yourself these things. And the other thing I'm just going to say with this is anytime that you have a very strict definition of what you are, it is also in some way limiting you. So, what I'm inviting here in this conversation of redefining yourself is allowing for us all to recognize that we are actually so much more than anything that we could possibly name as I am. You're more than that. And anytime that you really are really entrenched and identified with the I am, then it's actually a limiting force for you. So I would particularly invite you to feel into anything that you feel like you are that you may be growing out of right now. Like, I can think for myself as like, there was a time where I would tell myself, oh, I'm really young and fit. Oh, I am a young entrepreneur. I am all these things. And I kept telling myself how young I am. I'm young, I'm young, I'm young in this and young in this. And maybe it's helpful in some way, but actually over time, it's like I had to redefine myself out of that actually. And that by continually telling myself that I'm young, in some ways I was negotiating my power. Like I was telling myself that I'm more of a novice than I actually am. And also, I may not be perceived that way by other people. I mean, kind of who cares about that? But in some way, it made it so that I have to, as it no longer became true, I had to basically let that I am young part die. And if you don't want to hold it as death because that's scary for you, you could let that part pass or you graduate from it or whatever you want to say and redefine into something else. So I'm bringing this up because I think it's pretty important that we allow ourselves to have a more fluid identity so that it allows for you to decide what you want to be today. What do you want to be today? It doesn't have to be the same thing that you were yesterday. Just because you've always done it a certain way and I'm someone who doesn't like spicy food. Okay. But if I tell myself I'm someone who doesn't like spicy food, then I'm not going to want to ever try anything that might be spicy. And I might be missing out on the opportunity of the most delicious thing ever. Right. And that's just an example. Daniela says, I am kind. Yes. Mom says, I am woman. Hear me roar. Well, yeah, right. So the thing is that I'm just really encouraging you to look at the labels that you have given yourself. You might be telling yourself something even that you're not even recognizing that might be limiting you in a certain way. Like you may be telling yourself, oh, am I am someone who does not like lifting weights. Or you might be telling yourself, I'm someone who never quits. Or you might be telling yourself, I am this certain job. And the thing is, sometimes quitting is what needs to happen. If you tell yourself that you're someone who never quits, then you may be actually moving you might be not allowing yourself to do what's in your best interest because you have just defined yourself as someone who never quits. Maybe there is a time for quitting. You tell yourself these stories because it's always been true. And I'm just inviting you into your freedom. I'm inviting you to be free to decide what you are now. What are you now? It doesn't have to be the same thing that you've always been. You might have always been someone who is kind of reluctant to work out or doesn't really like to eat the healthy food. I am a vegetable hater. Yeah, well, what if not anymore? What if now you're someone who's really curious about what everybody else seems to love about vegetables? So the reason I'm bringing this up is really freedom. Freedom. It's allowing for you to let every single day be new. It's allowing for you to notice that just because something always was true doesn't mean it always has to be true. It allows you to enter the realm of endless possibility where when you're a little kid, it kind of feels like that, right? Like I could be anything I want to be. And then, at least for me, as I've gotten older, it kind of starts feeling like, well, yeah, that ship has sailed. That's not going to happen anymore, whatever. But you know what? Like, the truth is, only because I said so. Who says? I can see the chat right now. I am always right. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm always right is a really good one. I am ready to become something new. There you go. There you go. But what should that be? How can I choose? Right. So how do you choose? How do you choose what you want to be? How do you choose what's real now? I would say that you trust your body for one, and that you listen to what it feels like. And if you say, and you just don't necessarily have to define yourself as the thing, like maybe today you're going to try pickleball. Maybe you never tried pickleball before. You don't have to all of a sudden say, I'm now a pickleball player. I'm someone who loves pickleball. You just, I'm going to try pickleball, see how it feels. And you try it and see how it feels. Your body will tell you if it likes it or not. You might decide that I am going to try this spicy food, and you try it. And maybe you're surprised and it's actually awesome. And maybe you're like, blah, and you don't like it. And it's okay either way. But it's just allowing yourself this fluidity and this flexibility to go a different way than you've gone before. It's allowing you to have new desires. It's letting you change. Because really, when you join, the reason I'm bringing this up, I know you're like, why are we even talking about this? Isn't this a fitness show? Yes. And here's the thing. If you're stuck in the way that you've always done it, but you're saying, I want this thing to change, then you're stuck. So if you want something in your life to change, then what needs to change? You. If you want something to be different than the way it is right now, you're the one that has the power to change it. So in order for you to really take up your power and have the freedom from your habits and your self-definitions and the way that you've always done it, it's going to take redefining yourself. Redefining yourself. So if you say, I am just such a couch potato and I love my sugary coffee drink, right? Okay. And for me with that, it's like, this has been something that's been up for me this week so much because we changed our schedule to have 6 a.m. class. Now, I've always told myself, I am a night owl. I am a night owl. I am someone who hates the morning. I am a night owl. And in order for me to do 6 a.m. class, I have to change. And I could suffer through it. And I can be like, I'm a night owl and I'm forcing myself to wake up at 5:30 in the morning every day. And I'm going to have a horrible time if that's what I do. And if I say I am trying waking up really early in the morning right now and seeing how it feels, then it opens me to the possibility of being different than I always have been. And honestly, it's been really fun to have people in class at 6 in the morning. 6 o'clock in the morning Pacific class has been popping. There's been people in it every day. It's been really awesome to have all these people. Now, to be totally honest with you, I've been a little bit on the struggle bus at 6 in the morning trying to get the words out of my mouth, but I'm still having fun with it. And it seems like everybody in my class is too. So I'm redefining myself. And I'm inviting you to come along with me with that. Edie says one step at a time. Yeah, right. It doesn't necessarily have to be this quantum leap of change where you go from being one polar opposite to the other. That's a really good point. And I will say, for me, a lot of times it helps me to go to neutral first. This is something I was talking about. I subbed for Kathy on the wellness walk this week, and we were talking a lot about this time thing. I also subbed for Casey this week on the Mindset Monday, and we talked about this here too. So sometimes instead of going from an I am that's way over here to an I am that's way over here, it can be helpful to just dissolve into an ambiguity and get curious. So that way it's one step at a time. I'm trying on waking up early in the morning right now. I'm curious if waking up in the morning might work for me. I'm, allowing myself to go to bed a little bit earlier than I normally would. Yeah. I love that perspective. Keep it coming. If you have anything else to say about this in the chat, keep it coming. So if you tell yourself, I am out of shape, I'm just telling you things that go through my head. I am just so old now. I am out of shape. I am weak. I am whatever it is. When you tell yourself that you are that, then you act in the way of the person who is it. So anytime in anything, when you're saying I am blank, you're going to act like the person who is that, even if it's not really true. So even if you are not actually out of shape, and I'm not even going to go there because, to be honest, there's no real definition of who is in shape and out of shape. I mean, it's a subjective thing. But okay, even if you tell yourself you're out of shape, even if you're not, you're going to act like someone who is, and then you're going to make it true. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Anything you say I am is a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you can use that to your advantage and choose the I am messages of what you want to be. And it's the beauty of that is you're naming it in the now. You're saying, I am this, not I'm going to be it. I am it. And when you say that you are it now, then it brings it into being now. So it is very powerful. And I would just honestly, though, challenge anything that you want to say I am to. Because yes, it's a tool, but is it really true? Is it really true? So if you have something that you've been telling yourself you are, and there's something else that you're ready to be, whether it's I'm ready to try something different, I'm ready to wake up earlier, I am ready to drink more water, I am whatever. I invite you to name it. If you're here live, name it in the chat. If you're watching this replay, you can name it in the comments. And if there's something that you've always been that you're ready to release, then I invite you to name that too. I can say for myself, I am in a place of getting really curious of what is the most fun for me in this. And even within the next fitness thing, I'm really challenging what the I am is of that right now. And there have been a lot of changes recently, and there's still about to be more, in the best way, at least from my lens, because I feel like there's been this place where in my own consciousness, this is where this is coming from, by the way, in my own consciousness, there's been this way that I've been holding all of the things that we're doing together in a way of like needing to do it the way we've always done it. Like needing for the, walking classes to look a certain way, needing for the strength classes to look a certain way, needing for the schedule to look a certain way, needing for the length of classes to look a certain way, all the things. And I am just in a place right now where I'm getting really curious about it. And I'm getting curious about which pieces are really of service to keep doing it the way that we've been doing it, and which pieces it's time to actually get creative again, and for it to be kind of more creative and fun, where we can shake it up a little bit and we can, feel into what do we want to try to do with this now. So I'm not saying this to scare you that we're going to just flip everything upside down and, get rid of things you've been counting on. It's not like that. I'm just saying that I am in a place where I'm very open right now to see what it looks like for this project, company, community, whatever you want to call it, to redefine itself, to really get more creative, to have more fun with it, and to kind of take the pressure off of myself a little bit in this way of like needing it to meet a certain standard of the old way of doing things, and to try it in a way that is a little more unique. So that's where I'm sitting with it right now. That's where this topic came from. That's where my heart is right now. And if you have anything to say about it, I want to hear it for sure. So feel free to reach out. Feel free to put it in the comments or in the chat right now. And feel free to even send me a direct message and let me know, because I am really in the place of looking at my own I am world, and also looking at the TNFT world of what are we, and kind of challenging some of those assumptions as well. What do you want us to be? What's important to you in that? So I guess that brings us to the end of this section on redefining yourself. And I will also just want to name that being witnessed in your intention around this type of thing is extremely powerful. That anything that you name and be witnessed in, it potentizes it so, so much. So for me to be here and tell you that I'm looking at redefinition and that all of you are witnessing me in this, thank you. Thank you. And I would love to be of service for you in this way as well. So if I can witness you in some way that you are redefining yourself, I am so here for it. Yeah. Okay. And that brings us to our stretch break. So let's do it. Right here, we got our stretch break. All right. Our stretch break today is, dun, dun, dun. Give me a second. Ah, yes, I love this one. Okay, our stretch break today is perhaps the most therapeutic yoga pose. It has been named as the most therapeutic yoga pose. It is also a stretch. Do you have any idea what it might be? The answer is legs up the wall pose. Legs up the wall. So if you have a place right now where it's possible for you to lie on your back and put your legs up the wall, I encourage you to do it. Now, this is something that a lot of times people ask, how do I even get into that position? My butt is so far from the wall. So this is what I'm showing you. You start sideways. and you scoot your butt up to the wall sideways, and then you rotate your feet to go up the wall. And then you just hang out here for a while. I'd say 5 minutes or so. It would be a great answer. Legs up the wall pose is really, really powerful because it's an anti-gravity pose. It allows for the blood has been going down to your feet, and your calves have to pump that blood back up. I know people say it's your heart pumping it up, and in some way it is your heart pumping it up, but your calves are known as your second heart, and your calves often are what's pumping the blood back up from your feet. So you can give your calves a little break by reaching your feet up the wall and relaxing right here. It's also a relief for your lower back. Kelly's guessing it would be child's pose. Nice. Yes, I do think child's pose is also very therapeutic. This pose is also really good for calming your nervous system, which is last week on the show when we had Leanne here, that's what we talked all about, was calming your nervous system. It's great for relieving stress. If your legs tend to swell, it's really good for that as well. It can help you get rid of a headache. It can help your feet if they're tired, if you've been walking around a lot. And it's also really good for relieving your lower back. Now, I do want to point out with this that if it's challenging for you to be able to access this with your hips on the ground, then putting a towel or a pillow or something underneath your hips when you reach your legs up the wall can be really, really helpful. So over time, as you progress with this pose, you would use a smaller and smaller pillow or a smaller and smaller towel. But if you are someone who finds it very, very challenging to get into lumbar extension, which is kind of like a flat lower back, then this will keep your lumbar, which is your lower back, in flexion, and it might feel a little more relaxing and comfortable for you to get into this pose. So this is legs up the wall pose. And then you'll notice that for me, whenever I'm in legs up the wall pose, you can absolutely just chill here. I tend to flex my feet, like dorsiflex. You can see my toes up the wall and curled back toward my face. It stretches your calves a little more that way. So legs up the wall pose is our stretch break. If you've been practicing it, keep going if you want. I'd say 5 minutes is good. We probably have done about 2 so far. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you our move of the week. So our move of the week this week is, here's the move of the week. Move of the week. Our move of the week this week is a side lunge, also known as an abducted lunge. Now, honestly, this one could have gone as a stretch or as a strength move. It is a glute medius strengthener. So on the leg that you're bending, you are strengthening the glute. It's also an inner thigh stretch on the other leg. And if you're stepping it out and stepping it in, you might be working your balance. It's a hip opener too. And it's great for ankle mobility. And I could keep going. So to perform this move properly, one thing is both feet are planted on the floor. Now, a lot of times, especially people who are new, I tend to see it look more like this. You can see a couple things going on in here. Now, I'm sorry to call this girl out, but number one, her heel is not on the floor. That's not what we want. Number two, the pinky toe side of this other foot is not on the floor. That's not what we want. So I know she's getting very, very deep into this, and there may be some ankle mobility benefits of doing it this way, blah, blah, blah. But what I really want on a side lunge is this: both feet firmly planted, hips sink back, hips sink back. Yeah. Okay. If you're doing this, then I want you to switch to the second side. Now I'm going to show you a couple moves in the exercise library that we have that are this move so that you can see what we're talking about here. Like if you were to actually take our class. So here is one example of the side to side lunge. This is Rosie. Now you can see with Rosie, she's stepping out and stepping in and stepping out and stepping in. Good. You can see both of her feet are planted on the floor, which is great. Also, you can see that her hips do go back. They go back. Hips go back. Her knee kind of goes forward. Honestly, I mean, it's a negotiation with how far forward your knee goes. I'm not going to say it's wrong, but I do want your hips to go really far back. There are different versions of this move. Sometimes it's asking you to keep your chest up. Other times it's asking you to bow. I'm going to say the default is to keep your chest up as much as you can. Okay, so let's check out a different version of this move. We have Mary Beth right here. Where'd she go? There. Okay, so this is Mary Beth doing this more as a stretch. She has her hands on the floor. Now, not everybody's going to be able to access the hands on the floor. Some people are going to need to put their hands like on their hips or on their knees instead. But you can see Mary Beth also is keeping both feet completely planted on the floor. Now, if you were to notice that your knee goes past your foot to the side, now Mary Beth's is pretty much right over her foot, so is Rosie's, so is pretty much everyone's that we've seen in these pictures. But if you did notice your knees going outside past your foot, that means your foot could probably be wider. Yep. Okay, and this is a side-to-side lunge. Now, keeping the feet wider is generally easier. And stepping out, stepping in, stepping out, stepping in is generally more challenging. So just keep that in mind. Okay. How do you guys feel about side-to-side lunge? You love it? You hate it? You got anything to say about it? I would love to hear anything that you have to say about the abducted lunge. For me, I love this move. I absolutely love this move. I love that I can keep my feet wide if I don't really feel like stepping in and out. I tend, especially if I want to go heavy, I tend to find that a little bit more accessible, especially on the days where I might be resistant to leg day. This is certainly a lower body move, and a lot of people have dread for leg day. So if you're somebody like me who tends to love the upper body days and dread the leg days, then keeping your feet wide on the side-to-side lunge can be something that makes it a little bit more, let's say, less daunting. Yeah. Megan's a big fan of the side-to-side lunge. Yeah, I am too. Me too. Also, the fact that this one's working glute medius tends to help keep your knee happy. It also helps your butt to look nice and round. It also helps with your balance. So this is a really good move for that too. Mom says I need this move. I should make it part of my daily routine. Totally. Yeah. And the other thing I'm just going to say with this is if this move feels like it's hard for you to sit back, what I would suggest is hold on to something. So one thing you could do is hold on to the kitchen counter, something sturdy, a railing. The other place that you could do this is in a door jamb. So if you stand in the door jamb sideways, so one foot's in one room and one foot's in the other room, and hold on to the door jamb, then you have, I'm not talking about holding on the door, I'm talking about the holding on to, the door, the hole that the door makes in the wall, hold on to the door jamb. Then let that be something of support so that you can sit back a little bit more and have something to hold on to. Now, I would use like the TRX suspension trainer, but if you don't have that, there's other things you could hold on to too. And holding on to something can let you get deeper, feel more safe, and it can let you also get your hips back further. Okay, so that's our move of the week. Abducted, AKA side lunge. All right, awesome. So moving on in the world, it is time for our announcements. Our first announcement is our community event for the month of August. I am so excited to announce this for you. This is our Dog Day Safari. We have done this a couple of times. This is probably our third annual or something of this now. I love this event, and I don't even have a dog. I know there are a lot of teammates' dogs that tend to make it to class, right? I can think of a few, even of the people who are here live right now. We've got all of these teammates with dogs that love to come and take class. So this class is actually about your dog. This class is an invitation for you to bring your dog and to make it a fun walk, not only for you, but also for your dog. So this will be led by Melissa. Melissa is our team leader, and Melissa is going to lead this on Sunday, August 31st. It is Labor Day weekend. It's the Sunday of Labor Day weekend. and it's 7 a.m. Pacific on Sunday. So for those of you East Coasters, it's 10 a.m. for you. So it's pretty early for me, but for most of you guys, it's going to be at a really reasonable time before it gets too hot. So it's going to be pretty early. Daniela says, yay, Toby. I know Toby has been so good at showing up to class. I know we've got Koa in here, been showing up to class. What other dogs we have in here of the teammates? I know Jenny's dogs have been in class alternating these days, one and then the other. We've been having a lot of teammates' dogs. So Melissa is our team leader. Also, Melissa, I feel comfortable saying this because she just shared this in our Facebook group, but Melissa also just had surgery and she's recovering right now and she could use all the love. So Melissa, we love you. We are sending you all the healing vibes. And I know she intentionally put this into her schedule so that it gave her something to look forward to afterwards. So thank you for signing up to lead this Dog Day Safari. We can't wait to have you lead this. And all of you teammates, I encourage you to send some love to Melissa and let her know that you're thinking of her in the meantime. All right, cool. In the meantime, this is what we got. This is our Dog Day Safari. P.S. This class is completely free. You don't need any kind of membership in order to join this. You can just join it. You go to thenextfitnessthing.com/dogdays. You can sign up. It is absolutely free. There's no credit card or anything asked of you. It's just a sign up and then you're invited to join. So come join us. All right, our next announcement is the Thrive in 30 challenge is underway. We are about 2 weeks in right now. If you want to join, you can absolutely still join. This challenge is also free. So you can go to thenextfitnessthing.com/thrive in 30 and sign up. And we have classes on the schedule almost every day. We have a live class that goes with the challenge almost every day. But on the weekends, then I'm encouraging you to take if there is not a live class that goes with it, then take it on replay. And there are multiple versions on replay of every single class that's in this challenge. So have fun with it. I've been having fun with it. I know a lot of you guys have been having fun with it too. Now you get points in your challenge for taking class, but you also get points in your challenge for sharing about taking class on social. And if you comment or like or share our YouTube videos, you get an extra point every day for that too. So jump in there, do all the things, and thrive in 30 days. That's what this is all about. Okay, our next announcement is the Discord is live. So Discord is a new place for us to have a digital community. We are still going to have the Facebook group, but we also have this Discord server. If you're not familiar with what Discord is, it's basically a place for us to chat online. But the beauty of it is that we can have different channels to chat in with different topics. So over here, we can talk about motivation. Over there, we can talk about recipes. Over here, we can talk about this challenge. Over there, you can share like memes and funny things. And basically, there are all different places for all different things. We're just getting started with Discord. We have the bare bones number of channels in there right now just to get us started and get everybody in the door before we start adding to it. But I want you to just get in there, get comfortable with what it is, and just start being in there before. Now, I did send an email this week that was an invitation to all of our members to join Discord. There was a little bit of a tech issue with that. So the link that I sent, it has now expired. So if you did not join Discord yet and you need a link to join, first of all, I'm going to put that in the notes of this video. But the link is only good for so long. It's not good for very long, only a few days. So I'm going to put the new link on this video. And if you're watching this video and the link is already expired, then send me a DM. You can either comment on this and I get all the comments, or you can go on Facebook and find me. You can go on Instagram and go to the Next Fitness Thing on Instagram and send us a message there. But send us a message somewhere and ask for the link to join the Discord and I'll send it to you. Okay, here we go. The next thing I want to talk about is the schedule. So the schedule in August is an experiment. We changed the schedule. I've been talking about it this whole time. I've been talking about changing the schedule. So we're going to do a couple little tweaks to it this coming week to see how it goes. One thing is that the 5 and the 5 p.m. classes are getting switched. So up until now, we have had the 5 p.m. class Pacific. This is Pacific. it's 8 p.m. for those of you Eastern, and the rest of you in the middle can kind of work out what time it is for you. So it has been that the 5 p.m. Pacific class was a walk, and the 5:30 p.m. was either strength or stretch or something. We're going to switch it. So the 5 p.m. starting on Monday will be the strength or the stretch or whatever. And the 5:30 is going to become the walk, just for this week to see how it goes. Now, I'm really watching the schedule right now to see what people are coming to, what times are working, what times are maybe not needed. So if you want a certain time to stay on the schedule, show up to that time right now, because you're basically voting for it to stay. So that's what's happening in the evening. Seated yoga this week didn't happen, and it was just a snafu in schedule changing world. So that is coming back next week, and it will be at the normal time, which is 6 p.m. on Thursdays. So I don't want you to think that that didn't happen on purpose. That was just, it was just a thing that happened, and it's coming back. The other thing I'm curious about is I know we've been talking about this on the show, but the walking attendance is great. And the attendance of the other classes is like very hit or miss. So this is what I want to know. I really want to know why. One, is it that you only want to walk? Two is, do we need to make the strength classes shorter? I mean, I could put 2 strength classes back to back, especially in the morning times. Is it that you only have 30 minutes to work out? And would it help for it to be a different class than it is, or is it just the time, or what? Because here's the thing. I want to make sure you're getting your strength training in. Your strength training is really, really, really important for your longevity. It's important on so many levels, and we talk about this all the time. So what would work the best for you to make it so that the strength classes were at the times that you need them, so that you'll really show up? So that's why I put shorter mornings on here, is because like the 6 a.m. is great. And then the 6:30 a.m. is like, eh. So for those of you who are showing up to it, great job. You're crushing it. I'm so glad you're there. And if you're not showing up to strength, I'm cheering you on right now to show up to strength. And if there's an obstacle for you and it's something I can fix, tell me, because that's what I'm here to fix right now. Tell me what's happening. Okay. So we're going to continue to make adjustments to the schedule. After this week, I'm probably going to send you all a survey to ask you how it's going and see if you have anything that you want to tweet. Okay. Edie is saying out if practices, taking classes, and they're the same ones they have been. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, please clarify. Okay, just a reminder, this is taking me a little longer to get out the door than I expected it to, but the founding member renewals and the Patreon stuff is coming. You need to get used to the new schedule. Yeah, I do hear that. I do hear that. I understand that it takes a little bit of time to adjust. And so that's part of it. I totally get that. I totally get that. Daniela says, I like the class blocks, walking and strength combo. Okay, that's good to hear too. So just a reminder that there is a renewal process coming up. There'll be a Patreon that comes first, and then there will be a membership renewal that comes after that. And you can do one or the other or both, and you don't have to do either one. Up to you. Okay, and other announcements. We have book club. It's not this coming weekend, but it's the one after. It is being led by Casey, and this is a botanist guide to parties and poisons. So I am super excited about this one. I encourage you to come if you can. And if you want to participate in this and you haven't read the book yet, you still have about a little over a week. I'd say a week and a half to read this book. So get reading, and you could probably still do it. Okay. And that brings us to Freebie Friday. We do have a Freebie Friday winner this week. So let's see. I got this up here right somewhere. There it is. All right. P.S. The way that you win Freebie Friday is that you comment on one of our YouTube videos. It can be a short or it could be a full-length video. It could be any video at any time. It doesn't have to be a new one. It could even be an old one. So if you want to enter Freebie Friday, comment on something and you will be entered for a chance to win something cool. All right, here we go. You ready? Oh, it's way off to the side. There we go. Here we go. Let's spin the wheel. Spin it up. Drum roll. Melissa. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, the winner of Free Friday is our team leader, Melissa. Melissa, congratulations. We'll be reaching out to you with your way of redeeming your prize. And again, we're sending you so much love and such healing energy and just cheered you on in your process. I know Melissa woke up even extra morning on the morning before she went in to make sure that she got her workout in. So how cool. Okay. And guess what? That brings us to the end of the show. So team, thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your attention and all of your hard work and all the love and all the support. And I'm just so here in this redefinition time right now. Megan says, woohoo, Melissa. Yeah, totally. So I'm so here for it. And please let me be here in support of you. And thank you for being here in support of me too. All right. Are you ready? Okay. I hope to see you in class. I will be back in class tomorrow morning. So see you in class Saturday morning. We have class on Sunday. We've got 7 days a week. So go to thenextfitnessthing.com if you're not a member yet and check us out. And I can't wait to see you there. All right. Love you, team. Here we go.